I'm Carl Safina. I founded a small group called the Blue Ocean Institute, which is based at Stony Brook University. And I mainly write books about how the ocean is changing and what those changes mean for wildlife and for people. The first one is called Song for the Blue Ocean. That's the best known, I would say. The others are Eye of the Albatross, Voyage of the Turtle, a children's book called Nina Del Mar and the Great Whale Rescue, and then a book that I have coming out this fall called The View from Lazy Point, A Natural Year in an Unnatural World. The sad thing about the Gulf blowout is that BP had a disaster response plan. You wouldn't know it by their response. It was completely inadequate, obviously, because 6 weeks later the oil is still gushing out. But how horrendous it was is indicated by the fact that it talks about how they're going to respond to the walruses, the sea otters, and the sea lions in the Gulf of Mexico, but they don't live in the Gulf of Mexico. So it was a cut and paste plan. Nobody really looked at it. It was inappropriate from top to bottom. Obviously, they had no plan. You could see from what they did in the first few days, no plan for how to stop oil that was blowing out of the hole that they drilled. So it was probably the worst disaster preparedness plan in history. And now 6 weeks later, the blowout is still flowing. The only way a plan so bad could be approved is with a regulatory agency that is totally terrible and incompetent. Obviously, the oversight was completely lacking. There is the Minerals Management Service. They're supposed to be the watchdogs. They're not watchdogging the public interest. In fact, they're mainly concerned with trying to get better paying jobs through their contacts that they're making in the oil industry, as they're supposed to be overseeing and watchdogging them on our behalf. And how bad it was is indicated by the facts that we've heard in all these news stories, that they were literally doing drugs and having sex with the people that they were supposed to be regulating. Well, I think that my tax money is, it's said in their contract, I'm paying them to regulate, not copulate.